to ban. Fnatic's turn to ban.
What's Fnatic's Twitter?
10 seconds remaining. Team Liquid's turn to pick. Fnatic's turn to pick.
Alrighty then, welcome to a game group stages of the Sitting here with Blitz.
What's up?
And we have the honor of commentating Liquid versus Fnatic.
10
and so far, Liquid have won both games that they've played so far. Well, it's one series, 2 games. They played versus iG.Vit. First game was really easy. It was a little bit more back and forth. Fnatic has had a bit of a rough time. They lost both their games, as in one series against LGD, and they just struggled. And that was partially because LGD is looking just really strong.
Yeah.
Partially because Fnatic tried in both games to go for early aggression. It didn't really work out.
What the?
And this is the opening so far. Blitz, analyze that, please.
That is. There was some weird like pit lord meta being formed recently.
All right.
We ran into it when we played against Newbie. I know for a fact the C teams and the like when we were in Korea. Sometimes. But when we played in Korea, all the C teams, like the really good ones, would have the privilege, I say privilege, to play against the good Chinese teams. And we ran into, I know Newbie, they train with them a lot. They're like good friends, because KP is one of like the few Westerners. And, fun fact, he used to play on MVP.
Yes.
So they've got some relationship there, and I know they're one of the teams that run it a lot. So maybe Fnatic sees that, they're like, hey, we like that strategy. I mean, we got destroyed by it. We lost 2 games against it.
Alright.
Galaxy battles.
Because I have to say that it doesn't win very often. But when it does, it's very dominating.
That's a really good way to put that.
If it does well, it does really well. Otherwise, it just falls flat.
It's horrible.
Yeah, we are going to find out what type of Underlord it's going to be, though. They keep it open. We also know Clock have multiple roles. So overall, it's pretty well vague opening in terms of what they're going to do with it.
There's some cool stuff about Underlord, though. It's like, I remember speaking to that hero with 2 different captains, and both were like, conceptually, the ultimate is broken. You can just TP anywhere. You bring your entire team.
But it's very slow, especially that
It is. But still, if you think about it, like, conceptually, they were saying, like, right now, we don't know how to make it work, but conceptually, the hero is, you know, it's straight up amazing.
I guess you just have to find it in the right place at the right time and make a strat around it in that case. So opening of Team Liquid, they go for the 2 supports first, and they secure the IO and the Witch Doctor.
5 seconds.
A lot of sustain amongst the both of them. Some disable. You like that opening?
I'm trying to figure out what. So to be 100% honest with you, I thought I knew Liquid quite well from my previous experiences with them, but I know IO has always been like a Kuro hero in general. Like he really likes that hero. Because I know he's a concept guy. So when I say conceptually speaking, he's one of those guys that says to himself, okay, this, if you think about it, this should be amazing. And I know IO's always been really high on that list. There's a time period, actually, fun fact, that Liquid would play it, or they hadn't played it, but people still banned it against us. That was when I was coaching them during like Manila times.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
It's always really useful if you have a hero like that. It's just, you know, people are just afraid of it to face it, even if you're not planning on picking it at all.
I think we scrimmed it like 0 times in the lead up for that tournament, but it's still just like
great sometimes. But they have not picked these 2 heroes, by the way, in the first series. This is completely different than their openings they had before. They did open with their supports most of both games, actually. Earthshaker Wyvern and Earthshaker Shadow Shaman. So liking to open with those 2 supports. And Nature's Prophet. There's been a lot of Nature's Prophet so far this morning. Or quite a few, let's put it that way.
Again, global TPs.
Yep, conceptually
they've got 2.
really good.
I mean,
it's gonna be the name of the game.
If you think about it, it's just like the idea of a global TP. It sounds insane.
Yeah. I mean, now you can have 3 people all over.
Now there's 3 global TPs in this game alone.
So if you put a Night Stalker, or Night Stalker, sorry, Lifestealer with that, You can infest. You can have 4 people.
You can have 4, and then Lifestealer gets Axe, and he can bring another person with him.
So imagine you have a witch doctor that is like all alone, and he's very sad, and he's getting ganked by an underlord and a disruptor, and all of a sudden the whole team shows up to back him up.
You could do that all at once.
Conceptually.
Yeah. You hop in the Nature's Prophet, then IO tethers.
Yeah. It's conceptually really good.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? That'd be... We're theory crafting some really stupid stuff here.
Well, apparently it's not that stupid. They already have 3 of the 4.
Yeah?
Only one more. Lifestealer is still in the pool. They really want to go for that.
So Lifestealer jumps in the Witch Doctor, and then he aggs somebody, the last hero, into himself, and then he gets tethered by the IO when they TP, and then Nature's Prophet global TPs.
Yeah. Show up from the back. That's like the beginning of the play.
Yeah.
2.0.
That's the play. We're gonna cast it right here. This is where it happens. I actually thought they were gonna take Lycan, by the way.
For Liquid?
Yeah.
Or instead of Troll? Lycan's already banned, so yeah, they've already removed that one.
The one thing is that Witch Doctor tips you off is this hero.
Fanatics.
I know a lot of people will disagree and say like you can go really late game with this hero, like Axe Witch Doctor's insane.
Yeah.
Sure, but in most games he just gets blown up. Because people
mean,
get BKBs and you just run at them.
Especially with Fnatic's lineup. I mean, at the moment, they're all about blowing up.
Yeah. Clockwork, for example, is excellent against Witch Doctor. Because your ulti's channeling, so you can't rely on that. But what you can rely on, and the hero's one reliable ability, heal. Walk at people and heal.
Yep.
So you need to create this death ball. So that's why I thought they would pick Lycan.
Alright, what do you make of Fnatic so far with the Troll and the Disruptor there? Because, I mean, it looks pretty scary.
Yeah. I mean, Disruptor's always been the counter to IO. Mm-hmm. You glimpse whoever gets teleported in or vice versa. You just glimpse the IO away or glimpse whoever's TPing away depending on if you can kill them or not. I don't know, this is a really weird... I'm failing to see the synergy right now in Fnatic's lineup. But of course, it'll heavily depend on who their mid hero is.
Yeah.
Because you need to be able to make use of this this troll ultimate. And you need to be able to do something like Roshan. So it'd be cool to see Fnatic pick up something like a TA or...
10 seconds remaining.
So far today they've played for QO anyway.
5 seconds remaining.
PL would make their lineup so bad.
I mean, they did lose with PL. Greatest of looking at past results.
I'm trying to think right now, like...
Which hero would fit in well there?
What's a QO hero? He needs a killer.
Queen of Pain.
Quap's not bad, actually. I could see, because Quap, no matter what, if you're against a dual lane mid, you're okay.
Yeah.
She's one of the few heroes that does well against IO.
And they have the luxury of last picking this game, so they can even say what they're going to be up against. So you're reckoning that Liquid's going to have an IO +1 mid? Or is where we going to by himself? I have to... put Invoker still in the game. We have seen what he can do with that earlier this morning already.
Just all in, pick up Zeus, get all global.
But what about Spectre?
Yeah, but then you'd have a Spectre mid.
I mean, you can support him with IO. No, but...
You do need a building hitter, though. You
Yeah.
need some. I think you need some kind of range core that goes...
Right.
So I think the same applies to them. They could even take... There's some cool heroes. If they really wanted to get wild, they could take, like, SF.
Turn to pick.
Alright, they make it a Morphling. So we're going back to the IO Morphling mid era.
They needed a range.
Yeah.
You need a range guy that can hit buildings, as I said, right?
Yep.
I think Morph's really... interesting. It's in a really weird position, this hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Because it still feels like it comes online a little bit too late.
And it
5
feels like
seconds
Troll
remaining.
can blow him up a bit. But I guess that's where Ursa comes into play.
So the problem always with heroes like Morphling and Weaver is... think of, what's the first item both heroes normally get?
Lincoln.
Exactly.
You
But
need it.
Lincoln's is not a fighting item. You get a Lincoln's and then...
And again, you have a Lincoln's against what? Against Disruptor?
So your
That's
item
great.
build this game is going to be a little bit wonky. But it's just... You need so many items to make Morphling... You're afraid of this Morphling when he has his second item. Not when he has his first.
So we're going to look for Team Liquid having their peak late, in this case. Or
Yeah.
you feel like Ursa can already dominate the early enough?
I think
But,
this Ursa and this Nature's Prophet have to do a lot. They're going to get Roshan early for them. So Fnatic, I still think like TA, Quap, Balancer, OD.
It will be the...
Choose your hero.
Good call.
Thanks. Not a lot, that was...
Just range heroes that abuse troll.
Yeah. I mean, it is a QO here. You already mentioned Templar Assassin, of course, which is also one of them. You want to have a fighter. You want to have a hero that can blow people up. Early aggression.
TA's
a lot of ability as well on this team.
I think TA is kind of an unreliable hero in general. There have been a lot of games where I see TA just dominate. And I was talking to CCNC about this, who's the TA player. And he still killed Miracle.
He's 9k, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player. And he was telling me when you play TA, there's a point where you're like 18-0, but you can't really end the game.
You need help to go high ground.
Did you hear PyCat's cool ass quote this morning? He was telling me like this, like it sounded like a Chinese proverb. He was saying when he first got to China, remember when he played on that LGD in team? He was saying like one of the Chinese players told him, if you have a lead but you can't go high ground, your advantage is false.
Deep.
Right?
Yeah.
I was blown away by that this morning.
I mean, it's also very true. I mean, there's so many times where we've seen teams doing so well in the mid game, and then they just fall flat because they don't have a way of going high ground against who they're up against.
Yeah.
Like you just hope for the enemy team to make a mistake because that's what it comes down to then, which is fine. Sometimes works because sometimes, I mean, it's Dota. Everybody makes mistakes. There in time for it. All right, we're in the game. Fnatic. I always still like to go over the lineup, so we're gonna see QO play a Queen of Pain as expected. Ohio on the Underlord. Febby playing Clockwork. He's already scouted out actually, but he's already got his ward down. Or well, one of the wards, not his ward down. This is a ward, so we'll see. Get his ward off. On the top lane we have got iG.Vit on the Troll. Disruptor. Looking at Team Liquid, Kuroki on the Witch Doctor. I'm just gonna go over them real fast. Matuma Man on the Ursa.
30 seconds to battle.
GH, Signature IO, Mind Control Nature Prophet. Alright, what do we look forward to seeing this game? Because obviously we already mentioned that Liquid has got a power spike very late in the game. And before that, pressure is on Ursa and Nature's Prophet. What's the story of Fnatic for this game?
I think they just have to fight. I feel like the funny thing about both their lineups is both their supports absolutely need to fight. Like the one downside. Oh, that was a cool trick. Mind Control denied his own trade. You can't play defensively with Disruptor. I don't care what people say. This hero does not fight defensively.
I think he might not be able to get away at all. We'll see though.
Nice chill.
See?
Yeah, he's gonna casually walk away.
I thought there was gonna be more body block. Oh, nice cask. Oh, stopping the auto attack from DJ mid attack. To the wrist. I think he would have still lived from that one auto attack, but still, it's a thought that counts. He's gonna tank a lot of his regen. He only has one tango left there.
Didn't you?
So it is a dual lane mid.
Yep.
But like we said, Queen of Pain is one of the few heroes that deals with this relatively okay. Febby's gonna make his way over, but I don't think Febby has really a purpose here. Like I don't know if he should be wasting his time at all.
A little bit of a Ras, I guess, but he is taking some of the experience. Where else do you feel like he should be going to?
Probably top, if anything.
All right.
The downside right now for Fnatic is they have potentially 3 losing lanes. Because if he doesn't go top, they're gonna lose top. Mid, you're correct. He's just soaking up XP, and if you're not able to pressure the lane, then what are you really there for? That's the one downside of Clockwork. If you can't really pressure lanes, your hero feels really useless.
Well, at the moment he is a little bit walking around, indeed, soaking that experience. But I guess he wants to have level 2, and then he'll rotate away.
I guess.
So we're going to see that bottom lane completely left alone by everybody else, because obviously Matuma Man here on his Ursa up against the Underlord of Ohio. We already saw Ohio getting harassed quite a bit.
Ohio's so sad.
Not able to do a lot, but I guess that lane is just going to remain the same for a while.
Yeah. He's done a good job though. He's pulled the creep way back, and he's got a TP on himself just in case. Like he's making the best of a bad situation. The problem is this top lane, Nature's Prophet's getting a relatively good amount. This Clockwork is gonna roam around just taking bounty runes, which is the correct play, but not really having presence on the map like you really want a Clockwork to have.
Kuroki just farming neutrals. I'm going to walk back to base. Shame.
Were you there for... Oh, it was I was going to tell you a story about Liquid and DJ.
Tell me a story about Liquid and DJ.
Okay.
Wait a second. That's First Blood. Yeah. It was very, very exciting First Blood, but that's the way you're expecting the First Blood to happen if there's another person involved, so just punch him.
Just punch him to death with Orb of Venom.
Yeah.
There is a meta, by the way, that's developed where pretty much every safe laner gets Orb of Venom now. Because it's a free... If you think about it like this, the way that it was described to me, and it's so simple, but it's insane, right? It deals an extra 15 damage per right click.
That's actually quite a bit.
Yeah. When it was explained to me like that, even though that's what it is, I was like, really? It's a lot.
Q is struggling here, by the way. He's sitting on 6 last hits. Miracle 19. I mean, he kind of needed that Clockwork to maybe be able to do a little bit. Obviously, Clockwork's not the best hero for that against the Morphling, but we talked about how much they needed to be able to fight and how much Hero needed a fighting core and be able to blow people up. But at this point, not going to be able to do that for a little while.
Yeah, he's still okay. Like, you're a Queen of Pain at the end of the day. You're gonna get what you can, but the downside right now is that Fnatic is losing 3 lanes relatively hard. Yeah, this troll's doing okay, but so is Mind Control.
Yeah.
The other 2 lanes are dominating, and you can say that dominating is the right word for it. First Blood on top of mid having the highest CS in the game, you're going to be incredibly comfortable.
Yeah. Well, they need to recover somehow. You already said Queen of Pain, obviously, with levels can recover, can start to gank and to make a difference for his cores as well. Especially if they have some nice levels up on DJ as well.
Yeah.
Which he's actually getting. He's level 3. Trying to get some neutrals in there. But also he's getting harassed by Kuro.
I mean, the issue again is that this Clockwork for the meantime will just not really have a purpose in this game. I mean, Febi's doing a good job of walking around everyone's lane and stoking XP. But aside from that, like, he's just kind of static chilling. Doesn't really have... He doesn't have a lot to do in the early game.
He's not making a difference. Yet. He's not making a difference yet. Wait. Alright, so I guess in terms of Fnatic, you know, they just need to hold on, not lose too much, because Clockwork is also one of those heroes. Once he reaches level 6, he still has just as big of an impact. It just will take a little longer for him to get that level. Yeah,
agreed. I will say, the one thing about Fnatic's lineup is they have a lot of teamfight.
Yeah.
You've got Queen of Pain, Troll ulti, Disruptor ulti, the Clockwork hook, and Pitlord just has a ton of utility. On the other side, if you look at Liquid, let's count how many real stuns they have. They have Cask. Their ends. That's
yep.
You can imagine when there's a BKB on the side of Fnatic on the Troll and the Queen of Pain, what kills them. So there's this like weird process where when you know you have superior team fight, you gotta just mitigate the bleeding. You just gotta make sure that things don't go that horribly.
Yeah. Well, I guess, I mean, obviously Ohio died once, but other than that, they're not dying, and I don't think Ohio is gonna die again. It might jinx him just now, but...
if he died right then.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Almost, but he shouldn't die again, because it was a mistake that he died, obviously.
It was.
So... I guess all in all, they're doing okay. I mean, they're not doing great, but, you know, they're not doing super bad.
I mean, it's only a 1k lead on the side of Liquid, despite...
And look at this! Mind Control! Oh, well, sucking the cogs. Glimpse does take him back to the high ground and gets... Actually, the Glimpse just saves his life. He gets the Shrine as well. Maybe Matumaman can catch DJ, though, especially with the GH coming to play. That's a nice kill for them, and a little bit of an unfortunate Glimpse. Because he was stuck in the cogs there, too.
Still, I mean, you're going to give Ohio a little bit more space down here, I think. You've rotated the Ursa up here. What he should do is, I don't even think he stays up here for very long. I feel like Matu's making a little bit of a mistake here. Like, somebody has to rotate to this bottom lane. There's no way that you want to just give Ohio a free lane like this.
By rotating iG.Vit
and
to there.
What? Miracle dies to QO?
What? That is,
we both missed that, Chiefs.
We both missed that, because that
was unexpected.
That was the first Sonic Wave, just reached level 6, makes the most of it. Perhaps he was just morphed way too much into agility.
I didn't even bother watching that, thinking that...
Oh, Kuroki. Oh, you're so sad. Yeah, they know exactly where you are, there's no way you're gonna get out of that one. Or, yeah, throws a... That's really did that much. Oh, jeez! Ohio! That was too close for comfort. He makes it back to base though. You have a TP on him.
You notice though that this TP rotation by Matuma man top has completely messed up the flow of the game.
For Liquid, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you make your rotation up here, and what do you remember what I said? I said he needs to immediately run bottom. Like, he can't waste any time, but he wasted so much time that this is a really forced Roshan. Like, if he doesn't get this, then he's effectively wasted about, I want to say, like 3 minutes of his time. It's an 8-minute game.
Oh, hello. Febby found him, so this is going to be a rough Roshan indeed.
Matuma man stuck though.
Yeah, and Febby is still getting chased down. Miracle's around there as well. He does not have any help. They're all coming for him, and Matuma man is very speedy with those phase boots and a tether on him.
He might just cog and TP.
He is not gonna TP, but he is gonna cog, and
he's wasting so much time.
He's got 4 people on his tail. 2 already backed off now, but he should die.
That was so optimistic.
For a second there, I thought, well, if he thinks it can make it, maybe he can.
I mean, Febby's a pro. He
knows what he's doing.
He's got this. But look at this Ursa. Like, his game was insane.
Yeah.
There was at one point where I was like, this Ursa is having the craziest game of his life. And now, what is he? He ran top. You know, he saved his teammate, but it wasn't worth it.
They lost the tower bottom as well, and with that, a lot of map control on their own jungle.
Exactly. And I made a video about this. It was like, if you lose this tower, you're just gonna lose this space. People are always gonna make your first rotation down here if you're dire. This is still prevalent in 2017 that, you know, this is the area of the map that you're naturally just gonna fight around. When you lose control of this area, it becomes awkward to play. That's why, even if it seems like a weird idea to TP all the way top and run bottom, you just kind of have to make that play. Because even if you get this Roshan, this game still feels really awkward for Liquid.
Yeah, and they are going to have a rough time taking this Roshan as well.
Oh, QO, don't!
Well. He's jumping in. He is he got the Aegis. He's not getting out alive.
Kuro's down 2, and if they kill GH and this Ursa...
Oh, Matuma man, he's trying to get himself out of here. He can't, though. I mean, that's so worth it. That is insane.
That is...
And the super part is, Liquid knew that they were visible as well. They had the flare come out, so they were aware something was going to happen. It's just a little bit unfortunate how it ended up going down for them, but great going for Fnatic. I mean, they fully recovered by this. This is just their laning stage is won.
This Ursa all-in on that Roshan.
Yeah.
He was like... And that's the kind of mistakes that you want to look out for. It's not these like individual mistakes, it's like what was the biggest mistake that led to that? And it was that TP top has pretty much snowballed into this, because then you're forced that he has to do this weird Roshan, then they chase this clockwork. He's still stuck around that area, so he goes back for the Rosh again.
And all of a sudden he's just not gonna get out of control, and they needed that. They needed him, and they just profit to do really well. Mind control is still doing well though. I just gotta put that out there. He needs a little bit more before he has his Orchid, but he's doing okay.
Yeah. This clockwork is too, though. This clockwork's level 7 at 10 minutes.
Very good. Teleporting out from bot lane. There is no vision for Liquid on bottom lane, or rather in their jungle at all, so it's all territory of Fnatic.
Yeah. If you want to get control of that area, I think you have to smoke there as minimum 3. And then you can relocate somebody in. We can do our cool relocate
service. Yes, we can, finally! I mean, they need to. At the moment, there's 4 of Fnatic in their jungle, so they would, even with 3, still be outnumbered. And we do have relocate online. So it's time for the shenanigans. We do have Mind Control trying to pressure top a bit. He is teleporting out, though. So maybe they want to try to take a 5 bottom. I don't think so, though. I mean, Fnatic really wants to take this 5 bottom. Yeah. They're ready with the hook shot. Febby just wants to.
I mean, they have hook shots, Static Storm. What's Liquid going to do to fight that? Liquid's best option right now on their prerogative is to split the map and make it so that their cores are just getting more XP. That's exactly what they're doing right now. Because if you only commit 1 or 2 people to defending a push at a time, that means you've got other heroes on the map just consistently farming. They're going to go for the TP on QO.
They got him! They didn't even need Miracle coming in there as well. That was really close. I didn't miss that one either. He was... He knew he was in a tough position as well. He tried to teleport out the last one.
You sounded way too proud of that. I didn't.
I was proud of that because that went really fast.
Yeah, that's our basic job shooters.
I know, but it's at the same time, you know.
No, I'm just messing with you because we missed like 3 earlier on.
Yeah.
We gotta be happy about the ones that we take. We take those.
Yep, and that also relieves pressure from bot lane, so that saves their tier 2. That was a very important kill.
That was
and they take the tier 1 on to boot.
That is a really costly mistake by QO. Shouldn't be dying like that, especially since you're Queen of Pain against no stuns. If you die, then it's usually going to be a personal error.
Goes back to farming straight away. There was a lot of angry drawing on the mini-map from Febby.
He's not happy about that. Well, because, again, they were in a really fine position, and then he
were.
dies, they lose that tower as a result, they can't defend that, and at this kind of level, the snowball mistakes like that, they add up so quickly. Like, maybe if Liquid were playing against a lesser team, they could get away with that Ursa TP. Or maybe if, you know, Fnatic, Q can make plays like that, but when you're against the best of the best, then things like this will happen.
Liquid goes for a scan, so they know that something's up in their jungle.
Oh, is this gonna...
There's there's 4 from Fnatic over here, and they cannot have the Underlord here because he already used his ultimate. He would only be able to teleport to the tier 1 bottom, but he's farming top at the moment.
Yeah, they're gonna go for this 5-man push, but during this time, this is where Liquid should just be farming. Everyone's getting solo XP. There's a Blink Dagger now up on Matu.
Yep. Miracle showed himself bottom. He's not farming. They might want to try to go for a kill up top though, Matuma.
Yeah. They have relocate. Plus they know for a fact that the Underlord doesn't have his ultimate. So if there were an opportunity, it'd be now. Oh, here we go.
Where did they go?
And he's gone. No stuns. That time, it was not optimistic shooter.
Oh, that was there's Clockwork just getting out. In the meantime, ooh, Ohio, I don't think he can get out though. He did. Blink Dagger coming into play from Matuma. Oh, DJ. Maybe a little bit too aggressive here. He does not make it out of life. Q in the meantime dives for mind control, but he gets sprouted up and his blink is on cooldown for the moment. Gas comes out as well. He still managed to blink away. The Cask is chasing him, and
he's gonna get caught.
is at the right place at the right time. Nicely done. 3 down on Fnatic, and that should be these tier 2 down as well.
Liquid are just... This is just straight up outplaying them right now.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting things that they shouldn't. At bottom, GH is going to go down on Ajit, but...
I mean, he had to relocate back into the hands of a troll. It's always rough.
Somebody always has to die for the cause.
Yep. I mean, this was just Liquid with a series of events knowing exactly what Fnatic was doing, basically, and where they were going to be.
The big thing is that Fnatic went up 1 by 1. They didn't have their Clockwork, who's like their 2nd most leveled hero. And they need him. Like, the downside again of Disruptor is he can't static storm defensively. It's not easy. He's going to do it now, but even then, he's still going to go down.
Matuma!
Where's the hook?
Not there. He had it though. He just
too far.
Too far away.
Like, they're just losing heroes left and right. And this is not how you want to play Disruptor. We talked about it early, right? Witch Doctor and Disruptor, both heroes go on the offensive, try to make moves.
You want to fight with them. They have not... Well, they've obviously tried to fight, but so far Liquid has just been very, very strong in just avoiding the fights that Fnatic wants to take. Which I guess is the whole point of Liquid at this point.
Why are you laughing, Sheeves?
Did you manage to take...
I got that one.
I didn't.
We shouldn't be laughing about this. We should be harder on ourselves.
Yes, we should.
But it's okay, guys.
I mean, that's the type of game it is. There is a lot of movement around the map from Liquid, and they need to pick those heroes off when they're by themselves, 1 by 1, preferably.
Yeah, and again, they're gonna TP on QO. They've got Orchid too. But
Control's got that finish.
No stun.
No, and there's a Shrine as well, so it's a little bit risky to go uphill. They don't have vision there either.
Yeah, this early Orchid pickup, by the way, is. A lot of times it's questionable, because as a Nature's Prophet player, you don't have that, but man, Liquid's just killing them everywhere.
When we talked about what Fnatic needs to do was that fighting and pressure on QO to, lead those fights and have a fighting hero, so I guess Orchid just completely counters that and make sure that Queen of Pain, the hero that's supposed to be doing a lot, can't.
I mean, they probably weren't anticipating the Orchid to come out this fast, but
yeah.
I didn't think it'd be like this. Like, I understand you have a global lineup, but at the same time, like, people are dying pretty unnecessarily.
All across the map.
Yeah, that you shouldn't just be getting picked off like that, but...
That's fighting against the Nature's Prophet and an IO for you, I guess. With the Blink Dagger Ursa as well.
Especially if you... So, like, I just checked Fnatic's vision. It's not even like, they have bad vision, and it's not even like, Liquid doesn't really see a whole lot on the map. Like, they're just kind of going for things.
Their vision is very minimal. Like, their last ward just vanished.
Yeah.
They also had a ward countered in the enemy jungle, but overall, yeah. Not a lot of vision.
So they're going to smoke up.
They have the Lincolns ready on Miracle, so he did still go for that item.
They're just chilling.
Ohio walking up the high ground, casually walking into 5 people.
Oh, Fnatic. You probably don't want to fight this.
No, Troll sprouted up, should be able to get himself away still. DJ has still got Glimpse available in case someone comes too close. Yep, there you go, Mind Control gets it, and teleport out from DJ himself.
Yeah, the upside. Oh, at bottom, Kyo gets spotted. He doesn't have blink up.
And instantly there's a relocate. I mean, Mind Control was late to the party, but he could have been there too. That there's 3 people all of a sudden. 4, rather.
Imagine if there was a lifestealer.
Imagine if there was a lifestealer, yeah. But I mean, that's how fast they can go. One person shows himself on the map, boom, dead.
Yeah, they're gonna run into iG here too.
Yeah, Troll, he thought he was safe, seeing so many people bomb.
Oh, this is the best fight that they're gonna get.
Ohio tries to save his teammate, not able to do it. Kuro getting people chasing him down, but Miracle here to save the day. Gets a kill on DJ Febby. Trying to run away, shouldn't be able to do so. Just Ohio making it out. Oh, I spoke too soon! Ohio not making it out either.
What?
Full team wipe, and he just stopped. He knew he was dead. He just gave up right then and there. And that's... I mean, that is this tier 2 tower. Can they go further?
I mean, the saddest part about this game so far is just Fnatic has... We talked about how they have the superior teamfight lineup,
Yes.
right? Just because they have so many stuns, they have different ways to set up the fight. It has never gone that way. Liquid has just been picking them off one by one.
They never got to the point where their lineup is strongest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Or have the initiation they needed.
that's the rough part is because when you judge lineups, oftentimes teams will do it by did we win or did we lose, right?
Yeah.
And from my perspective, Fnatic's lineup still kind of looks okay, but like, how do you judge this as a positive? You're gonna say our lineup was bad.
Well, that is one way of putting it. You could also say, and I would imagine that also Fnatic can look at them as like, our lineup was fine, but we just executed it badly.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds maybe a bit harsh, but
After the Roshan fight, I really felt like Fnatic had a pretty good idea what was going on. I was like, felt like they made the correct play. They contested that Roshan. Ursa didn't get it. They killed a bunch of people, and then they just started losing heroes left and right. Now they're in a position where they have to 5-man. Look at this. They're afraid to run around the map.
I mean, rightfully so. Every time they run around the map, they die. And how are you going to stop that? Because it's not like they're dying because Liquid's got this amazing vision that they can gank you with. Because it's not that. We already said that they did actually have quite minimal vision, actually.
Yeah.
But so how do you stop yourself from dying other than grouping up? Is there a different way? Are there items that they can have to help them survive against that could make a big difference for them?
No, I think they're pretty hard committed to what they have. It's not once you have Queen of Pain, you start going for the Orchid. You can't really change. You're sort of stuck there. And Fnatic, they understand. Mind Control lets them know a little bit too early that they're all up here.
Yeah, Kuro walking that aggressive with nobody in sight is also kind of a tell. And that's a nice word from Fnatic as well, realizing that if a Witch Doctor is doing that, you get the hell out. And they did, and they go back to farming.
Trying to figure out. They're drawing a line too on the map. That's the frustration line, like, this is where they're going to be. Roshan going to get spotted up by the Rocket Flare, but it is way too late.
And there's a cheese as well. Some vision coming out, seeing if there are some people. The shrine is not off yet. 2 minutes before that happens, so Liquid is going to look for it.
Yeah, they're going to walk up this cliff too.
Not yet.
Okay,
but
they're not that cocky.
But they're just already pressuring. I mean, they're not afraid.
They're a little afraid. Otherwise, they would have walked up that cliff.
Otherwise, they would have walked up the cliff. All right, but they're. I feel like they're very comfortable in this game.
Of course,
it's going quite well despite the first.
They're cautious. That's a better word than afraid.
Yeah,
cautious.
And they don't have to be super aggressive.
Yeah.
Because their lineup is not going to get that much weaker later on. If anything, it's going to get stronger.
Do you remember what happened at the last TI when Liquid played Fnatic?
No.
It was. I'll tell you because it haunts my dreams.
All right.
It was Fnatic. It was game 2. So game 1, Liquid lost fair and square. Game 2, Fnatic had a Drow lineup, and Liquid had a Sven and an Axe.
All right.
And Liquid aggro tried. It went phenomenally well. Liquid was up something like 12k or something like that. They had a bunch of heroes that could go BKB, Instead, everyone built really cocky items. They started doing these like really sloppy, lazy pushes. And mind you, this was like the elimination game. You know, whoever wins this gets to play MVP.
Okay.
Liquid eventually lose this like 12k lead against a Drow lineup at 15 minutes by just getting way too over-aggressive. And that was like a huge lesson that I think, a painful one, and one that took a year to kind of come back and redeem. But if something like that happens to you, Shiver, you should be cautious for the rest of your career.
I mean, painful that... Oh, that was a disruptor. He's already out. And that was showing off. Oh, they actually go in. Yeah, but Miracle didn't dodge it, but he's fine. He's just morphing into strength, and it is gonna be Fnatic that is in deep, deep trouble. Troll trying to get himself out. It's not gonna happen there. It's not gonna happen there at all. Ohio, you can't do anything either. He's just, yeah, GG's called. It's just over. It's just over. That was, I mean, it started out good for Liquid. They had a bit of a rough patch, but they recovered really well, and they just flat out outplayed Fnatic, I'd say.
I think the lineups are actually, like that one moment, I'll bring it up because it was probably like the game-defining moment. They go for that Roche play.
Yep.
Excellent. You and I are like, oh, Fnatic's doing it.
Yeah, they recovered.
Just like bit by bit, they just got chipped away.
Yep. Unfortunate for them, but they are going to have another chance, so we'll be right back with Game 2 of Team Liquid versus Fnatic.